The LOUDLABS show with Kpook, the mayor.
Yo, check this out. This is the new edition. It's your man Kpook, the mayor, live on the LOUDLABS show. And we're going to bring you a whole new edition. We're going to bring you something funky fresh, something new, something way back, and something of the present time. Come on, come enjoy. Come enjoy the LOUDLABS show.
What's up, Poop?
What's going down, man?
What's going on? You know what? I feel weird without the headphones today.
It is kind of crazy without the headphones.
It's all new today, right? We're doing a whole new format?
Everything's new. Everything's in a different control. We're just letting the world take over right now.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, let's talk about the new format.
Well, the new format, you got me, Kpook the mayor. If you guys don't know, I was on the first show of the LOUDLABS show. And I just came back from a little stint. And thanks to the great President Obama.
A little stint? What are you talking about, a little stint?
You know, well, I just a stint time, but now...
We call that a bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, you did a little bit.
I did a little bit, but now I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm having a good time right now, you know? And so today is the actual day I got out 9 months ago. Yeah. And look where I am now.
Today's the 9th. 10th.
No, today's the 10th.
Yeah, right. Got it.
And I've been out
Congratulations.
9 months, and here I am.
Congratulations. Welcome back again.
Welcome back again and again and again.
And again.
So the new format, so you had this idea about, you know, after being on the show and hanging with us for a bit, after your bit, you had this idea that you wanted to do. You've been, like I said, since you've been out, you've been going out to shows and seeing DJs and getting yourself involved back in the music scene. And,
yes.
So you had this idea that you thought maybe we should start debuting some more, some DJs, some music acts, and kind of spreading our wings a little bit here on the show.
Well, you know, I don't want the show to be this one-based mindset. When I came in, I was thinking like, hey, look, there's DJs out there that I know that haven't been talked to, haven't been touched. You know, people don't really know the realness. I want to bring something real to the people. You know,
Well, just so you make sure, you know, what we have been bringing to the show is all real shit.
It doesn't get any more real than that.
You guys have been bringing damn near death to the show.
Well, it is death.
Real shit. It's all real shit coming on the LOUDLABS show.
Yes,
all of it.
Well, I mean, besides the real shit that we see every day, the fires, the car crashes, cars
shootings,
stabbings,
drownings,
everything, shark bitings, shark awareness.
Shark bite.
Besides all that,
besides all the real shit,
all the real shit, we're gonna bring some real people and music.
Got it. Cool, man. No, that's awesome. Like I said, we talked, and I thought it was a really good idea. Scotty thought it was a really good idea, and so here we are. We're doing it.
And I gotta thank our man over here, DJ Lou Man. You know, we're bringing him towards the front of the stage with us. He's come to join the crew. So that
our house DJ.
Welcome, DJ. Yep, house DJ Lou Man.
Lou Man's in the house right
house.
now. So we're just, we're giving an opportunity to a lot of people right now because I'm getting a second chance opportunity. So I'm gonna give them an opportunity too.
Everybody needs an op.
Everybody needs an op. But today, I had my first opportunity a long time ago, like maybe 1992, with our guests that are coming to
the show today. We have some special guests today.
Very special, very close.
Very close to you, close friends to you.
I mean, these guys are.
They're pretty much probably close friends to everybody in Los Angeles.
Yes.
They've been close friends to a lot of people in Los Angeles probably throughout the years.
50 million strong somehow. But now they're even closer. They're like cybered out.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the way of the world now. I mean, that's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing here, right? We're trying to connect to a whole other, like, the airwaves are still been out there, but it's a whole new way of getting them airwaves to the people, you know?
Now we can really talk to extraterrestrials, we can really reach them now.
Yeah. No, we're global today. We're global. Whereas before it was just a radio bandwidth,
Right. So now I would like to introduce my first guest to the LOUDLABS show featuring Kpook the mayor. And those two guests that I have, their names are Nick V and Eric V, also known as the world famous Baka Boyz.
Yeah.
Mr. Baka Boyz, can you please come to the stage?
All right.
Welcome,
World
welcome,
famous
hello.
Baker Boys.
World famous. I mean, you know what? They're so world famous. They have their own planet. It's called Cybertron, and I'm part of it. So this first show is dedicated to all the residents
Welcome,
of Cybertron.
gentlemen.
Hey, man.
Welcome. Yeah, no, thank you
us.
for showing. Thank you for coming and doing the show.
Anything for Kpook. It's been a long time since we've seen the brother. We've always supported him. He's always supported us. He was a part of our radio show.
How long have you guys known each other? How long have you since '93? Since he's basically that's your you graduated.
93.
Yep.
Well, no, it had
Because I was at Power. We were at Power 106 on Friday Night Flavors, and you called us up on the phone line.
I thought that was 92 because Snoop Dogg's album came out in 92.
So you guys met on the radio?
Through the radio.
Yeah, through the radio?
But over the phone. That's how. So he calls in as your first interaction with Kpook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The roll call.
We're like that.
The roll call.
We like to. We're attracted to people that are attracted to us. So we like to invite people in if they're like hearing our frequencies and they want to be a part of it. We're like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. And that's the friendship has lasted this long.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if Kpook's ever dropped a friend. I don't know. If
No, it just keeps on collecting.
Right. He just collected. He's a collector. So how long you guys? Before the Power 106 show, were you guys involved in DJing and doing shows and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. Nick started DJing when he was 12.
Yeah.
And the radio thing didn't start till you were what? We were 14? 15?
14. Yeah. High school.
Yeah. So we were doing radio. We were DJing. Our parents started a teen nightclub in Bakersfield, where we're from, called Vidal's, which was our last name. And
okay. So is that where the Baker Boy comes from? Is that where?
Yeah.
So you guys are from Bakersfield.
We're originally from Bakersfield, California. Yeah.
Oh no shit! All right, that's cool.
We'll get into the story how we actually got the name.
Yes.
Well, so Vidal's was started mainly for our older brother because he liked to party a lot.
Yeah.
And so we.
Older brothers, that's what they do.
Yeah. And so
He used to get in trouble though.
Yeah, he used to get in trouble.
That's what we do too.
And that's our parents were really cool to allow him to have house parties at our house.
Okay.
And basically, our parents became friends of his friends because they were having a house party. So they were hiring DJs. They were
Right.
So we grew up between my sister and my brother, our sister and brother. We grew up listening to Rick James, Cameo,
Right.
Daz Band, Michael Jackson, all the really good R&B funk
Right.
stuff. And then with my sister, we grew up listening to the Go-Go's, to Devor,
Right.
to
80s good
to
stuff, right.
Blondie, to the Ramones, all that stuff, B-52s. So
Right.
we kind of got both spectrums.
You got a lot. You guys got
We got
filled.
everything.
You got filled.
Yeah, so
Right.
we got the funk and the soul from my brother, and we got the new wave and 80s from my sister.
Yep.
So we kind of covered the whole gamut. And Nick used to sneak downstairs during these house parties. 12 years old, 11 years old, seeing the girls, seeing the DJs. Started sneaking beers.
Right.
Before you know it, he's on the dance floor dancing with some girls twice his size.
Oh, yeah.
3 times his size.
And his age.
And his age.
Right.
And that's always been.
So is Nick the oldest out of the two
No,
of you?
I'm older.
So what's the age? What's the age of both of you guys right now?
Say what?
The age.
Age has no number.
Age has no number. Okay. I like that.
All ages.
Old enough to have gray hair.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Well, hey, grown folks. So, at Vidal's, did you guys get special guests to come out there and DJ?
No, not there.
No.
Not there. We had a house DJ, Moses A.
Okay.
He was the house DJ. He was a big house party DJ and party DJ in Bakersfield that my brother knew. And he got hired to be the resident there. And shortly after a while, Nick started messing with the turntables. He heard about it. He seen it. He got pissed off. And
He got pissed off.
yeah, he got pissed off because he went to our father and said, like, hey, your son is playing with my equipment. And it's not a toy.
Right.
It's expensive. It's
Okay, I
all
see.
this stuff. So
And back then it was expensive.
So Friday night we'd have the club night. It'd be packed, 1,000 kids.
At your guys' joint.
Yeah.
At your guys'
At the
place.
club.
Now, did you guys have a big place out here?
Yeah, it's a pretty big size. Yeah.
Wait. This was a house. It was a club.
No, this was
Was it a full-on restaurant club or just
Yeah.
a club?
The
A whole
top was going to be a restaurant and an older 21 and over bar. That was the plan.
Gotcha.
And underneath it was
Okay.
like a dungeon.
Got it.
But it was just like
That's where the dances.
It was like
That's
an empty
shit.
hall.
Okay, got it.
It was an empty hall.
Banquet. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and you know, there were people looking for something to do, and they would go to our.
No, these are all Bakersfield like locals that are out looking for something to do.
Yeah,
no shit. So you guys would get 1,000 a night on Friday nights.
Friday and Saturday nights.
Friday and Saturday.
Oh, you guys would go back to back Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So
Money was
Fucking
coming in.
party, man.
yeah, and so after Friday night, Saturday we'd have to go clean the next day.
Right. Oh yeah.
While I'm
Fuck
cleaning,
that.
we're cleaning or repainting the floor or whatever
Right.
for the next night. This guy's over there sneaking in the DJ booth, messing
Fucking
with his records,
fucking with needles.
messing with his turntable, all
Yeah.
that stuff. So like I said, he found out about it, got really upset, and told my dad, you know, it's not a toy. He can't be playing with my stuff. It's expensive equipment. And it happened over and over and over. And eventually, he started taking his power cord away from his setup because it was like a pigtail.
Sure.
where you had
Yeah.
to plug it in,
Yeah.
lock it in,
And rock it.
and then Nick V would do what?
Oh, you have to splice. You have to get an extension cord and figure it out.
Just fucking cut it. Some black tape.
Like, okay,
Boom.
red,
Electrical tape.
well, black. Let's put it up in here.
No kidding. No
So-
kidding.
Needless to say, Moses found extension cords that were spliced in the room.
Right.
So he put 2 and 2 together. He's still messing with my shit.
Right.
So he went again to my dad and said, hey, you know, he can't be playing with my stuff. He can't do it. He can't do it. And finally, my dad just had enough. He's like, you know what? How about this?
You're fired.
I'm going to buy him equipment, and he's going to DJ.
And you can split.
And you can split.
And that, and did
That's
you
how
guys?
he became
But
a DJ.
but did you guys break off the relationship with that Moses?
Yeah.
You
Wow.
said, see ya, had to go.
I had no idea. I had no idea what I was in for.
All right. Wow. So okay.
So
So
that was the dream, and when I see
Right.
the DJ and I walked into the room and he's got a girl on each side, he's got a cigarette in his mouth, he's got a drink, and there's 1,000 people dancing. I'm like 11.
That's what
I'm
I
like,
want.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want.
How
I
do you
want
do
that right
I
there.
waited till he left, and I started to try to figure it out.
Right.
So I see there was an interest in there
So
for me.
he became interested. Our dad brought us to LA, bought a whole sound system, some Bose speakers, $400 worth of records, and that's how he started.
wait, did you guys not even have any records of your own at the time?
Yeah,
Nothing.
So you were playing his records also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So why didn't he just take his records home?
Because he left the party with a bunch of girls
Oh.
afterwards.
Right.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm out of
So
here.
so if he left with all the fucking records, you'd be fucked. You
would have never did what you wanted to do.
Right? Just take the records. So
His weakness
doesn't need
is
the
my
record.
greatness.
Right. But see, that's the thing. Nick didn't even need electricity.
Nope.
He didn't need equipment. He needed the records more
Just
than
records.
anything.
That's all that mattered was
That's
the
all
records.
he needed. And he
Records and
fucking left those
turntables.
behind, and he figured everything else out.
And then he probably said, it's my place.
Right.
It's my daddy's
A lot of that
place.
too, a lot of that too.
So
Before that happened, he was the light guy. He was the light guy. That was
Fog
working.
juice.
Lights,
so he was the
Fog
electricity
juice.
already.
Yeah,
Don't drink that shit. It's poisonous.
he was doing that, and then once he got to be the DJ, I got promoted to the light guy.
Ah,
And
okay.
then I remember one time he was talking crap. He was 12 years old. He's like, "Shut up, light man." Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Shit talking.
A little bit after that, I asked him to help teach me.
Right.
Wait, you asked
I
Nick?
asked him, and he said no.
Well,
Of course,
keep
because you know how
keep
hard
his craft.
he got electrocuted. He got yelled
Right.
at.
You gotta go through growing pains. You can't just get taught.
I went through all the crap that I needed to get to my position, and this guy wants to jump in. I'm like,
no.
He wouldn't teach me, so I had to teach myself. Yeah.
So when did you teach yourself? When Nick wasn't paying attention?
No, I mean, it was our equipment, so we would just play, whenever I had time or whatever, and then I taught myself how to DJ, and then another friend of ours in Bakersfield actually told us the correct way how to mix.
Well, and who's that? Who's that?
Sidney Perry. His name
A
is
guy named
Perry.
Sidney Perry?
Yeah, Sid Perry. He was a DJ there, and he told us, before we weren't counting bars or on the one or on the two or how to bring in records. Like certain records start boom, pap. So he would teach us exactly how to start.
To
like
jump
if it
in.
starts with a clap, you're gonna start with the clap, and it goes cat, boom. Then on the one is the kick.
Right.
So and then how to count bars and how to count hooks and know when to go out of a record and transition in and out. So he taught us the correct. I mean, we knew how to mix on beat, but it wasn't technically on.
Sure. I mean, there's always
Yeah.
more to the craft you can learn.
Yeah.
Right.
So he really taught us a lot with just that one lesson.
So you were counting BPMs in your head.
yeah, you
Yeah.
had to. There was
Back
no
then,
other way to do it.
always.
Yeah, we didn't
And
have-
remember back then, those vinyls used to put the number of the BPMs.
Yeah, some of
that
them
were
did.
on there. So
Yeah.
not all of them, but enough of them would, especially the disco ones. The disco
Yeah.
ones definitely
Yeah.
put the numbers on there so you can know what to spin. So during that time, did you guys, if I'm not mistaken, you guys used to listen to K-Day? Did K-Day come out there?
Sid Perry introduced us to K-Day.
Yep.
He used to bring tapes, cassettes to what they were doing on K-Day, on the Mixmaster show, or the live from their skating rinks and stuff.
So the Skateland and World on Wheels.
And we heard that, and we were like, well, what are they playing? And how are they playing it like that?
Right.
So we kind of just lost our heads when we heard that.
So who was the first K-Day Mixmaster that you guys actually enjoyed and listened to?
Tony G.
Has to be Tony G and
Tony
Julio.
G, Julio G. They had the best style. Even if there was other DJs on, their styles just stood apart. They stood out.
I mean, there was other great DJs there, you know, from Joe Cooley to M-Walk to all those other guys.
Ralph M.
Ralph M, of course. Shout out to Ralph M. But Tony and Julio always stood out.
Right.
You know, they had a specific style. So we ended up, I don't even know how we actually contacted them or got a hold of them.
We found out that they had a record store. And we bum rushed a record store in El Monte.
That's right. What was his name?
So when you guys, let me ask you, when you guys used to buy your records, did you buy them in Bakersfield? Did you
we had
come
to come,
all the way down to LA?
We had to come to LA to buy records.
Like
Exodus Records.
Exodus was
that was our
go-to
go-to spot until we found out about other prime cuts
yeah,
in Hollywood or Santa Monica.
What about? Do you guys ever used to go to Yuri's Records by any chance?
No.
Southgate?
No, we didn't know a whole lot. So we worked with what we had until Tony introduced us to other things. And he had a record store too, so we started going to him. And then that's what we just formed. I guess we cultivated that relationship with them. And we started driving down. Our parents used to drive us down. And then at one point, we had another nightclub, another VDL's Part 2. And that's when we had a relationship with Tony. We invited him down to Bakersfield to come and play at our club.
Yeah,
that's when we paid him to come down there so we can like scheme on what he was doing.
Right,
yeah, we were learning.
Scheming.
Every time we had him there, we were watching and just absorbing everything he does. Because you know his style and what he did, he was just so clean and precise with everything.
It was he did it so smoothly back there.
Man,
like he didn't even know.
The guy, I mean, I literally consider him like Yoda, like no bull.
No shit.
Like that dude's like.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he's still around, and he's still dope as shit.
Where does he?
He don't DJ anywhere here and there, but
he produces.
Yeah, he produces music, and he works a lot with like Scoop DeVille, and obviously he introduced us to Kid Frost. And that goes to the name the Baka Boyz, how the Baka Boyz came out to be. There was a writer named MC-ALT who was writing for Mel Menace and Kid Frost and all that stuff, and he used to come to Bakersfield to work on beats because we were producing and stuff.
Okay.
And then we would come to LA and we would stay at his house when we were out here. And they're sitting around on a table drinking at his house. We walk in, he's like, "Hey guys, it's the Baka Boyz." And we just looked at each other like, "Oh."
And how old are you guys at this time when this is all happening?
Teenagers.
Yeah. Still teenagers.
Yeah.
You're still in teenagers. So the Baka Boyz, like the title you guys would get is from this guy that you guys kind of idolized and.
Well, the MC-ALT was the writer.
Oh, okay.
He was the writer, but he just came out and said the name, and we were just like, "Oh, that's our name then."
Right. What year? What year is that?
It had to be
1990, 91.
1991.
So I got a good question. You guys were doing the club. You had everyone coming to the club, and you guys were getting did you guys do any house? Did you guys DJ any house parties?
Once the club shut down, both times we had no choice but to do house parties and create parties. We would do stuff at the fairground,
like armories and stuff like that.
My mom used to go and rent the fairgrounds or the armory, and we would put out flyers. We would skip school and go to all the
What do you
high
mean your
schools.
mom would rent out the fairgrounds?
Yeah, they'd rent out, our family, our parents would, come up
That's
with money.
huge supporting.
Yeah, they would rent it out for us to throw parties.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
The fairgrounds up in Bakersfield.
Yeah, fairgrounds. Not the whole entire fairgrounds, just like the one part they would call the armory.
Yeah.
Harvest
I mean,
Hall.
but listen, they had a club. They were gonna let their kids do whatever they wanted.
No,
they were already ready. They were geared for you guys. They liked entertainment.
They saw something coming. They knew you guys weren't going to stop, so they just.
I don't know what they saw. They just supported the hell out of us.
Yeah,
and
whatever we wanted to do.
And we had all the equipment from the club. So what are we going to do with the equipment?
Right.
We got to put it to use. So my dad put together a trailer. It was a mobile setup. My dad was very handy with his hands, and he took a flatbed trailer and he did some welding and stuff like that, and we
Built
mounted.
you guys encased solid mobile trailer. You guys could haul the equipment
We would
back
pull
and
the
forth.
equipment, pull the trailer in the back, and that would be
It was our
stage.
stage.
Oh, that'd be the stage.
Yeah.
They were like DJ Selena's back then.
Yeah,
right.
but a lot uglier.
But we had all the lights and everything that was in the club, so we would take that.
Take it all down.
Oh
yeah.
my God!
And-
what?
and
You guys
put
just
it up.
adapted. You guys adapted
Yeah.
basically.
Totally.
I would have
Absolutely.
loved to have been in Bakersfield back then. Just
Yeah,
to
we've
see that.
always-
Yeah, I can't
adapted.
believe, because people think of Bakersfield, you drive the 5 freeway through it, and there's nothing but hills and,
When I-
farmland and shit.
Cow manure.
There's only two things I think about Bakersfield. Hills have eyes, and the Bakersfield Killings.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I think about.
Cottonwood.
Right?
Yeah.
And the Baker Boys
The
now.
Baker Boys now.
Right,
They've
right.
turned that whole place around. So, did you guys do? How was it high school? The girls knew you guys were DJing. Did you guys do house parties? Did you?
We were.
Did you have
we,
a fan base? Like, did they knew?
we definitely had a fan base, but we were just grinding. We were just doing what we did, and we stayed out of trouble because we were always in music. We were always trying to do music and do house parties and create parties. Cypress Hill played at my 18th birthday party.
Yeah.
Oh, that was young.
Shit.
Cypress
You can't be
Hill.
mad at
That's
that.
when they were hungry.
That's when they
91.
first came out.
Up in Bakersfield?
Yeah, we hired him to come out.
We brought him down.
We brought him down. We had
Wait,
heard.
you guys keep saying
That means
brought
you
them down,
guys knew.
But it's up. You guys up in Bakersfield.
Yeah, to us it's down.
Yeah, because
Right.
we go down.
You go
guys
down the hill.
down. Right. No, I get it. I know.
go
But
down the hill.
But Cypress Hill goes up to Bakersfield and plays for you guys' 18th birthday
For
party?
Nick's birthday,
And
yeah.
For yours?
Yeah.
Wow.
They did the whole. So that was that whole album.
That
right?
was when that album came out.
And they were.
When that album
Before it
came
blew.
out. Before it came out.
Well, okay, how many people were at that party?
That was a pretty packed party.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent party, but like when we first heard it, we were at Mellow Mayonnaise's house outside, sitting
because
outside.
of Sin Dog, Mellow
Yeah,
Mayonnaise,
Sin Dog's his
okay.
brother,
Right.
and we were in Southgate, and they were playing it out of this Mustang 5.0. They were playing. We're like, what the hell is that? Like, what is that?
Who is that?
It was like, who is that? Oh,
Right.
that was that's my brother's group, Cypress Hill, and we had never heard anything like that. Boy,
Was that the real one, the Funky Phil one at
Yeah,
that
the
time?
first
Or-
album.
Was that
Yeah.
already? Was that like on a
It was a demo.
mixtape, or was it like
That was the demo of it.
Demo
Yeah,
tape
demo
you guys
tape.
were listening to.
It was the
wasn't even
demo.
Pressed,
No.
pressed yet. Okay.
no,
Wow.
I don't even think they were signed at the time. At that point,
No shit.
They were signed to what, RAL at the time?
Rough House,
Rough House.
which
yeah.
was Columbia.
Yeah, it was
Columbia.
Columbia. And they did everything with Keith and Hank Shockley, right?
No, Muggs.
Muggs, DJ Muggs did
on that
everything.
first album.
DJ Muggs
'Cause
did.
I remember when they first came out, everybody thought they were from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they shot it they shot the video.
They shot in New York. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ah, a little trickery right there, huh?
yeah.
And
Oh,
then
no,
Ice
you
Cube
know-
was in the video too.
You gotta remember, Ice Cube went
And
to the
Q-Tip
East.
was in the video.
Yeah.
See, here's my biggest argument when I talk about Ice Cube. I say Ice Cube always says hip hop started in the West, but he went to the East to go get that album
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, because the two top
he-
producers at the time
And
was
he needed those.
it
East
was
Coast
Dre
producers.
and the Bomb Squad.
The Bomb Squad.
And he couldn't work with Dre. Obviously, they had their fallout.
Right,
So
right.
he went to the Bomb Squad, and that album is still
Classic.
one of my top 5
It's
albums of all time.
It's actually an album that you can start from one
I could,
Is that
America's Most
Most
Wanted.
Wanted? Right.
Yeah.
That's his first album, right?
Yeah.
That's
From the
the
split
album.
from NWA.
I could listen to that all
Right?
day.
Yeah, he
bro.
was fucking mean. Every fucking
Dude.
thing he spits is fucking so
was just-
mean.
I heard
on that
Payback's a
album.
motherfucking
Yeah, right? I love that
The
album.
energy on that album is bananas.
Yeah, right?
But,
He's-
isn't
no,
it,
he-
but the
he's
energy
angry.
on everybody's first album is always like Redman's first album was
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
Cypress
No,
Hill's
yeah,
first album,
yeah.
energy.
But Cube was fucking angry.
Yeah,
Like,
he
he
was-
was fucking.
Oh yeah, because he was
I mean,
mad at
we had
Jerry
something to
Heller.
prove.
He was mad at
Dre,
the
Dre.
whole
He's
everything
mad, he hit
Dre,
the gang.
everybody.
He's mad at the whole fucking gang for fucking
Yeah.
bending over. I think.
Yeah.
The movie the movie really depicts, like, growing up, everyone fucking loved NWA and those guys, but like the movie really depicted a little bit of like what we all kind of knew, but when you see an actor kind of portray it, like that Cube was mad at fucking everybody for fucking bending over
Yeah.
and fucking taking it. You
Yeah.
know, right?
Yep.
That's kind of what I took from it. That's
Well, he was smart and he was the pen.
And he was the fucking he was writing all the cool lyrics.
Yeah.
He had all the flow. He had the best flow.
Yeah.
Fucking Dre was good. Even Easy was great, but there's nothing better than Q pointing his fucking hand at you and just screaming and telling
Cube
you
was
shit.
dope.
Yeah.
I mean, but
delivery.
Easy was great because Cube wrote everything for
Well,
him.
yeah. I mean,
'Cause
Easy
he
had a
just-
voice, but Easy
he had
couldn't
the
rap,
voice.
bro.
He could not do anything.
He could not rap. He
You
was-
know how
he
you
was
can tell Easy
offbeat.
could not rap? Because his son can't rap.
Oh, bro. All right, let's move on. Jesus.
So now you've done everything in Bakersfield. We got the Bakersfield. You know, you're growing up. Now, did you guys do radio before coming to Power 106?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You did radio in Bakersfield?
88. After we heard K-Day and after we fell in love with what they were doing, we tried to get ourselves on the radio.
Yeah.
Immediately. We're like, yeah, we want to do that.
Okay.
We want to do what they want to do. I remember, and Eric is going to laugh, that we went to like a Toys R Us because they already had these little microphones, these little frequency microphones.
Yeah.
We're already laughing.
For real, bro.
I remember.
Like, we did that.
Yeah, we did it. We tore it. We took the microphone apart and we plugged up our turntables to the receiver of that little microphone to transmit into the radio.
So we could hear ourselves in the car.
Wait. Nick, let me. First, you were the lighting fog guy, right? Then you.
Electrician.
You were a genius of electrician already.
Not afraid of electricity.
We're gonna take this frequency chip, which is super smart.
If it'll broadcast to the radio, why not? We just hook up our turntables to it. It'll broadcast to the radio.
Yep.
And we did it. And we went out to the car and it was on. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So over and over and over again, it's all about adapting. It's all about doing what you want to do and figuring out how to get done.
Through.
No matter what, no matter who says you can't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we got turned down how many times?
Many times.
The biggest radio stations in Bakersfield, Q94.1, they're like, no. KKXX, hell no. You have no experience. You're young Mexican kids. You're 16, 18
I think
years
because
old.
you were Mexican.
Probably.
Wait. So how many radio stations are there in Bakersfield that you guys got turned down from?
At that
like
point,
a handful?
that was two.
Two. There's really
the
only
two
two.
biggest ones.
So, okay,
right?
but did you guys get your start in Bakersfield eventually?
We did.
Yeah. So back again to our father. He used to do business with a station called 13K, and so they were like an AM station, and it was actually classic rock during the week. So he went to the owner and said, "Hey, my sons want to do a show on your station. You know, what is it gonna cost, or what do we have to do?" So he was like, "Okay, $75 a week." So while Nick was in school, I was out hustling trying to sell advertising, which I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah. So
who took you? Kevin Rush.
Yeah, Kevin Rush was a AE over there, one of the account executives, sales guy, and he
At that radio station.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he would take me out to try to get some business, and all I was
show you kind of how he hustles.
Yeah.
And does it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We had like little one sheets of the map and how many people it reaches and all that stuff. So
right.
we were trying to just get enough money to do our
pay
weekly
the set
show
for the week, right?
Because we weren't getting paid. We actually had to pay to be on
Right.
there.
Exactly.
We had no radio experience whatsoever, and so we got on the show. So start at 7, 8 o'clock when we get on. We're going from like AC/DC and classic rock shit,
Right.
to like Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince
Stevie B.
Stevie B, Two Live Crew, Trenier,
Pretty
Debbie
Poison.
Deb. When it actually all came
Right.
out.
So the segue was straight from, like you said, classic rock, Boston, and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and then boom, right
Exactly.
into you guys' stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And how long did you guys? What was your set? How long were you guys' set?
It was 5 hours.
5 hours.
Friday and Saturday night.
Wow.
Fuck,
Yeah.
they let you turn you guys loose for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Well, $75 is definitely worth it, right?
and no radio experience, no schooling, no nothing. I think our favorite word back then was if you listen to old tapes, it was like coming up we got and because we didn't know what we were doing.
Okay, let me ask you those. When you say radio experience, look, we don't have any like webcast experience or radio experience, but basically all it is just timing, knowing to come in and out. Like you pick all that up right on the fly, and you kind of just learn your groove, right?
Well, it was a one-man show. I was on the microphone. He was on the turntable.
I wouldn't talk.
He would not talk whatsoever.
So it was all Nick for the minute.
For a long time.
It was
For the 5 hours, not the
yeah.
minute.
But even now, since I've known the Bigger Boys for a long time, Eric V will speak just what he needs to speak. If he knows he's got 25 words, he's going to give you exactly 25, and he's going to be done with it, and Nick V will just run with it. Because Eric is a man who speaks with his hands.
Gotcha.
I don't know about all that, but
The most amazing mix in the world.
Yeah, man.
So along with that going on, so let's move. When did Power 106? How'd you get to Power 106? How'd you end up coming to Big Bad Los Angeles?
after 13K, they flipped the format, so we basically didn't have no place to go. They went to country.
What did they flip the format to?
They went to country.
Oh,
How long you guys there for?
We were there for like
Summer.
Yeah, like a
summer.
One summer, 3 months.
Yeah,
3
something
months.
like that.
1988.
But
So they flipped the format.
Yeah, but we made enough noise on that one summer, like there was a cruising strip called Chester Avenue in Bakersfield where everybody cruised.
Right.
Almost everybody on that strip was listening to us.
Nice.
Not the big FM station. They were all listening to what we were doing and what we were playing because it wasn't Phil Collins, it wasn't Paula Abdul, it wasn't Madonna, it wasn't all that top.
It was you guys.
Pop stuff. Yeah, it was
2 Live Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 Live Crew.
all that stuff.
What else was there?
MC Shadi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we made enough noise in there, and then the local radio stations started playing what we were playing.
Ah.
They started playing Will to Power and other stuff that they weren't even touching. So they started.
They would like bring in
We influenced what
their DJs that they already had on the station were picking up what you guys are doing, and they were emulating what you guys were playing.
Trying to, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Trying to, right?
And so we went to them after we got let go there. We went to them and say, hey, you know, we want to come do a show, and they shot it down.
Again.
You know.
Again.
There was a guy there. He shot it down, and a couple months later, Nick started DJing for Lighter Shade of Brown, and we were doing a show in Bakersfield at BC, Bakersfield College. And our dad met the program director there, who was the new program director for that station that shot us down.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, those are my sons. You know, they do a mixed show and they do radio and this and that. And you know, after being shot down, you know, the guy met me. He's like, hey, I want to talk to you. Here's my card. Call me. And I'm like, whatever. Like, you're not like I already got shot down from the state. Right. I'm not going for that. I'm not falling for this again.
Right.
So, but I ended up calling him. And he ended up putting us on, finally, on that station. And
And what year is that?
91.
91, you guys get your first, like, big radio, like FM. Is that
FM. It was the big station there.
Yeah.
It was KKXX. And on the weekends, we had, like, a 46 share. It was ridiculous. Like, there was no contest. Nobody was even close to us.
And 46 share, like, what does that mean? Is that out of, like, 100? Or, I mean, how do they count that?
That's, like, out of the whole market. Like, 46 share, like, say we had 46% of whatever, the nearest one would probably be like 10% or 12, or nobody was close.
And you got to remember, you got to know, not remember, but Bakersfield is a country town.
Sure.
Country music.
Yeah.
Country music is king in Bakersfield. Still is, like you said. KUZZ, it was the biggest thing ever, and we hated it. I mean, it was with a passion. With a passion. I mean, we liked Public Enemy. We liked Cypress Hill. We liked all this music. And so when we got on the air, we shut them up, basically. And they wanted to keep us there. They offered us a full-time job. But by then, we had already made friends with Tony G. We started producing music. We started coming back and forth to Los Angeles, working with Kid Frost, working with Mellow Menace, working with AOT, and so on and so forth. So we were in and out of LA a lot. We were driving back and forth, and forth. So one of these times, we were working, I think, with Yo-Yo and Ice Cube at that time. Our studio session got canceled. So we were looking around Los Angeles. Okay, well, what are you going to do? Drive home? Or we're going to start calling up our friends, Profile Records, Priority Records, Delicious Vinyl Records. What's going down? Can we come through? One of them said yes. That was Profile Records. Bruce Reiner was there. We hung out with him for a little bit. And it was coming upon dinner time, 5, 6 o'clock. He's like, I'm going to go to dinner with a couple of my friends. You guys want to come? Like, yeah, we'll go. Hop in a car. We drove him. He's like, can we go by and pick up my buddy? Like, cool. We go pick up Harold Austin, who's a new music director at 92.3 The Beat. And then we went and met Dave Morales, who was the midday guy at Power 106. So we all went to dinner at this one place. So we had The Beat, we had Power 106, and Baka Boyz, and Bruce Reiner.
No shit.
Just sat down and we were eating, they're drinking, they start singing La Bamba, they're drunk as hell.
La Bamba?
Yeah, that's what they were singing.
Restaurant.
Yeah, it was this place called Antonio's on Melrose.
Okay.
And so Nick slams the table.
Dude, that place is awesome.
You know that place?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's the Snake Pit's across the street.
Yeah.
But that place is they have some.
Yeah. Guys,
that place is awesome. It's the one where the father the father owns, or he owns the whole thing, but the dad pretty much he runs the restaurant and his son runs the bar.
Yeah.
And his son has pictures of him in rock and roll history, where his dad has pictures of him and Hollywood history.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a great place. It's Melrose and Gardner.
Yeah. So we're at Antonio's and Nick slams the table. He's like, this time next year, we're going to be working at Power 106. That's exactly what he said.
Now, you could have said The Beat, but you said Power 106.
Yeah, he said Power 106. And
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. We didn't really listen to the beat. Power 106 was the big radio station.
Okay.
When we would drive to LA, we would
That's
tune
true,
in and we'd be
too.
like, wow,
Yeah.
this sounds so cool, sounds so big, and you know, it's Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And we never thought about working at Power 106. We were already working with Ice Cube. We were working with
Right.
The Far Side.
So
We're working with,
did you guys think you're gonna kind of like you're like moving on to like producing and
We did.
going
Yeah.
and going with bands and
That's
stuff like
where
that,
we were
and DJs
going.
that kind of thing, not so
Absolutely.
much radio.
Yeah, we were keen on producing, and then this happened, the dinner, and then he hit the table, said that, threw it out there, and then, you know, later out that night we're walking outside, and Morales is like, "Hey man, you may think I'm full of shit and I'm drunk, and I am."
Well, I was just about to ask you, was he
That's-
drunk, Morales?
of course, he was.
course.
Yeah,
You know, I remember that guy.
he was drunk. He's like, "But man, you know what? We're trying to start a hip hop show at Power, and I think you guys would be perfect for this. I want to introduce you to Rick. I want to bring your name into Rick, you know." And we just recently found out the reason that happened is because Morales had got approached to do a hip hop show, but he already had so much on his plate, he didn't want to do it.
Okay.
He's like, "I don't want to do another night."
Okay.
So he kind of like used us as like, "Hey, here's my out."
There's your guys'.
Here's
These
my
guys,
out.
These guys will fill the
Yeah.
fill the day, fill the night.
So he's like, we put a demo together. We gave it to him at the Gavin in San Francisco. I guess he gave it to Rick, and then Rick heard it. Rick Cummings.
What is your demo? When you do a demo to be on a radio show, what is that comprised of?
It was
I mean,
it
just
was
like
our
you guys
stuff.
just doing an hour-long show.
It was
you guys-
basically our stuff that we did on the FM station in
Okay,
Bits
Bakersfield.
and pieces and just put
Yeah.
it together and
Yeah.
shoot it out.
Yeah, we just gave him.
It was like an air check,
Yeah, air check
Okay.
of what we did on the air.
you know, of what we were talking about or how we were on the air. And
Right. I mean, so it's like a pretend show that you guys are kind of.
No,
No, it's the show. What they do is it's their show, and they just get it, cut it up, and put it all in one
Okay.
little package and
Yeah.
say, "This is what we sound like on the air."
Okay.
Yeah. So he calls me up on a Wednesday. He's like, "Bro, can you," or Tuesday, or that was like a Tuesday or something like that. He calls up. He's like, "Bro, Rick wants to meet with you guys. Can you come down?" It's like, "Yeah, okay, we'll come down." So we come down on a Wednesday, and I always say this every time because it's really important to me. Before we walk into 2600 West Olive, I tell him, "Look," I tell Nick, and I said, "If we get this, cool. If we don't, cool."
Yeah, we're cool.
We-
We're good.
regardless,
We're,
so-
we're, good. We're on our way.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
doing what we want to do. It's producing music and being, you know, real close with the artist.
Yeah.
And so we go in to meet with Rick Cummings, who was the program director, and he's like, "I listened to the cassette, cassette at the time,
Right.
the air check." He said, "I don't know what it is." He's like, "I don't know what it is, but there's something there, and I know it. I feel it." Like I don't know how to describe anything, whatever you guys are doing or whatever it is, there's something there. I feel it, I know it. He's like, "I want you guys to do this hip hop show." And we're like, "Okay." Like, "Well, when do you want us to start?" He's like, "Friday."
He's like,
Friday.
he would walk back and forth
Wow.
in his chair. He's
Wow.
like, "Wave with his hair. Friday? Is that okay with you guys?"
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
We
listen,
had-
I want to say something.
Were you guys ready for a Friday though? I mean, were you? I mean,
No.
We were still
no.
living in Bakersfield at that time.
No.
I met Rick Cummings through them, and Rick Cummings is the coolest dude in the world. I mean, he had open arms for me. He like opened the door for me. I remember being sitting in his office with my feet on the desk.
Yeah.
He was a cool dude. So for him to say that, it just makes nothing but sense. Because he was like, it's almost like he was like a 60s child saying, "I don't know what this is, but just let it go." I don't care. Like he's doing yoga and everything. Like, it sounds wonderful. Let it flow. And from my experience with knowing the Baka Boyz, with knowing Rick Cummings, with being at Power 106, you could not say, he was like how Jerry Buss loved Magic Johnson.
Right.
He loved Magic. That was his son. That's how Rick Cummings felt about these two right here. And I can tell you that personally.
Wow.
And so, they had some imaging from their sister station, Hot 97, basic generic hip hop Friday nights, like basic stuff. They had like a couple liners. So we took those and went back to Bakersfield and created elements for the show, imaging.
2 days before the show.
Yeah, 2 days before. Mind you, they didn't have, the other part of the story is like, he's like, "Well, you got to do your mixes on reel to reel and play them."
When can you turn your mixes in?
I was like, "No, we don't do that.
We don't do it that way.
Like we do live." And he's like, "Well, what if it skips?" And I said, then it skips.
Then it skips.
It lets them know you're alive.
Right.
It's
What's the big
it's
deal?
not going to end the world because the record skipped.
Right on. Right on.
Well,
And
for the
so-
old school cats, it was like, oh,
Right,
the worst
right.
thing
No,
on the
yeah,
planet.
everybody
Well, you got
else-
to remember some of those new cats at FM. They didn't really, those PDs and those MDs. They didn't really listen to KDA and know that all that stuff was live,
Yeah.
live from the Casa, live from World on
Yeah.
Wheels, live from live from
we weren't
Skateland.
we weren't reinventing the wheel. It had already been done.
They were used to this just roll on the tape and then we could cut and slice and make sure.
But they were. I mean, but that was. They were. It sounds like they were real stiff, and they had like no idea about how it was all getting done.
No.
No.
You know, in your guys' world.
No, not at all. And
That's why they brought us in.
Right. No,
You're
that's what I'm saying.
perfect.
It's like I don't know what this is, but I fucking like it.
yeah, everybody else there was pre-recording their mixes, and turning them to reel every week and all that stuff like
Right.
that. We're like, no, we're doing it live. So that brought us to our next problem.
Now, were they ready? Okay, one more question. Were they ready for that? I mean,
No.
did they had no idea how that gets done?
No, then
Wow.
they didn't have a mix room at the time.
Right. So you guys had basically pushed all that into Power 106.
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%. They had a newsroom, and we went to look to see.
You're like,
where-
oh, this shit's gotta go.
Yeah.
Take all this shit
We're
out
like-
of here.
Take this shit.
We're like, okay,
Tables here.
like-
fucking monitors there.
we could set our turntables here and this and that, and then they brought in Tom Koza, who was the engineer, and we told him what we need. We need an RCA output. We need this. We need that.
Right.
And he wired
He
it.
did it all.
Put
Fucking got
it
it
into the
dialed
board
in.
where
And you made his day.
we can bring the pot up. The pot up where he can
The mix room pot.
the mix room pot.
Right, yeah.
And the newsroom became the mix room.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
yeah, so that's how it started, and that's how we started one night a week at Power for it was about 3 or 4 months, I think,
Okay.
that we were doing. So we were driving back and forth every Friday.
Okay.
Every
and
Friday
then,
from
so the
Bakersfield.
week, just the one show a week, basically.
Yeah.
And then you guys are doing your own business
Yeah.
and working with artists, in Bakersfield and communicating with and doing you guys stuff on the side still too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were
Yeah.
multitasking.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
And so we were doing that show once a week, driving back and forth from LA to Bakersfield to LA, and we'd have to bring our turntables and our records every single week and set up every single week.
Was that a hassle? That was starting to become a fucking.
It was a pain, and it was a pain, but we did
We're
it.
mobile DJs.
No, I get right. I mean, you guys are kind of used to
They
it.
had the trailer that
Right.
went to the spot.
No, there was no trailer.
But do they finally, does Power 106 finally buy the equipment you guys need?
I mean, that came later.
Later?
But yeah, but so we did that, and he pulled us into another meeting. He's like, "Hey, man, I want to talk to you guys about doing something more." He's like, "All my other jocks are telling me that what's up with these guys? Like, what's going on with them? Like, there's something like." They're telling me that they're
Are they on the cool side of it?
Yeah,
Or
no,
okay.
they're listening to us. They're like,
This is good.
like my jocks are telling me, when my jocks are telling me that you guys are doing something and it's cool, like that means a lot.
Right.
So he took that and he's like, I want to put you guys on overnights and try you out, as a regular, as regular jocks.
On air slot.
Yeah.
With that said, does it get kind of chippy in the DJ world? Like you guys, is it like are people like is there a lot of animosity between like DJs and like jealousy and shit like that? Like I said, because it can even seem like
those positions at stations like that do
hard to-
not come easy.
right. So that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
listen,
So
now, let me just say something because I remember there's some things that I remember because I was a fan before I became their friend, and
We're friends? Just
there used to be no, we're not friends, we're family.
I know,
but there
I know.
used to be like Joe Cervantes.
Joseph Boomer.
Boomer.
And Boomer,
Yeah.
because the Boomer was there.
Yep.
And there was someone else that was there at a time.
Lozano on the
Lozano
loose.
was there.
George McFly.
So when you guys started coming, these old heads that were there, when the Baka Boyz came, in the beginning they were safe because they were just doing their thing. They're still
Friday
doing,
night.
They're still doing Friday. They only had Friday night.
but that's what I'm
But-
asking.
but
Like it's
I
starting to
remember-
get like, hey, these guys are like, who the fuck are
They're
these
starting to move
guys?
up. Hey, I remember, and I'll never forget this. I was sitting in my house, and I was listening to you guys. And one day, you guys had to do your Friday night, and you had to somehow you had to do a Monday morning because someone didn't come in, so you had to cover
We had to fill
somebody's
in.
shift. You had to fill in somebody's shift. And that morning, when they filled in someone's shift, these guys got more phone calls, more everything than the guy who was running Monday morning at that time. Was it Frank?
Lozano.
It was Lozano in the morning.
Yeah.
And
Jay Thomas had just left.
You guys had just
Jay
covered them.
Thomas.
Jay
Wow.
Thomas.
That's
wow.
We're giving you some history right now, people. And if you live in LA, you're getting history. And I never forget when I listened to you guys in the morning, and I was just like, because you guys did an overnight and went in, and I'm like, oh my God. And right there was the beginning.
Yeah.
Was the crack of the egg, where you're like,
yeah,
because everybody loved the energy. They didn't realize that you guys already did 6 or whatever hours.
Yeah. Overnight. We're doing midnight to 6 in the morning. That was an overnight shift, and then we had to stay there a little bit longer because the morning show guy was
all
there.
live. You're doing midnight to 6 in the morning live.
I remember that show.
Wow.
Not in the mix. We were doing like regular
Talk breaks.
Regular talk breaks. No mix show, nothing like that. We were playing the radio station's music, and we would just do in between talk breaks.
In between sets.
Yeah, and so they, after doing successful overnights for a little bit, he wanted us to move us into late nights, which was like 10 to 1 in the morning.
Okay.
We did that for a little while. That didn't last long. Eventually, he moved us into the night show. And then when he did that, he's like, you guys got to come up with something special. You got to come up with like a benchmark. You're going up against Poor Man at K-Rock, and he's number one with the bullet.
Yes.
Nobody
Love
can touch him.
Love Lines,
Nobody
right,
can touch Love Line at that point. If you guys come up with something, I'm going to put you guys in night. So we came up with the roll call. We figured it out. Like, this is what we're going to be doing. We're rapping back and forth on the phone line with people. And that thing took off. We killed Poor Man. It didn't take us from the time we walked into the door at Power 106 to 8 months down. We were on the morning show.
Yeah, in 8 months.
8 months. It took us.
It's from the time you guys got the roll call show.
No. From the time we walked into the radio station.
To the radio station.
Yeah.
So 8
From
months
weekends,
in. So
from
it's
weekends
all the overnights, all that stuff.
From one night a week.
From 1 night a week.
From
2
Friday,
hours.
8 months goes by, and you guys are now getting the morning
Went
show.
Fridays, overnights, nights, mornings in 8 months.
Fuck, you guys are fast.
Now listen, LA, if you guys don't understand, at that point in time, Friday Night Flavors was going up against against the Beats, Sway and Tex.
No, it was before Sway and Tech. It was only the only shows that were out there was Mike Nardone.
Mike Nardone.
Mike Nardone.
And M's.
M's.
Yeah, I remember.
King M's.
And you guys, but that Friday Night Flavors was so incredible because whatever you did not hear, anything that was underground, if you liked hip hop, you were tuning in. Like, you didn't even go out on Friday night.
Yeah, you were in until they were done.
I stayed and listened to Friday night until.
I was the next generation.
Look at Lou Man's even giving his little piece.
Because of them two dudes, I couldn't even go out. I was too young. Right. I would stay home, and I know that was it. Like, what you dudes were doing right there, that was it. And that's what inspired me to do, man. You guys.
Thank you.
So wait, we're gonna jump off the subject for a quick. Lou Man, let me ask you a question. When you heard the Baka Boyz, come on over here. When you heard the Baka Boyz,
So you can take mine.
when you heard the Baka Boyz back then at that time, how did they influence you?
Well, they influenced me in such a way where I knew what they were doing on the radio is exactly what I envisioned the way you play music and records. And this was before a laptop, before any of this. So to me, what they were doing, the fact they would be there every Friday doing what they did, and it influenced me. I mean, the music that they were playing was stuff you wouldn't really hear at LA at the time, at least for me, because you guys really were bringing like new stuff in, like what they say, underground hip hop, LA and all that. But you guys did the Friday Night Flavors, and then you would have people call up and freestyle, and then you would bring up artists like Corrupt or when Snoop Dogg came in or Nate Dogg, and that to me influenced me, man. Like, it influenced me so much where I used to sit by myself with a boombox, connect like my headphones, and be like, yo, this is Lou Man right here on the stage, and I'm gonna play this right now for you guys. And then boom, press the button, and like boom, and like that was like me on my own time. And then I hear them, and it's like, dude, like that's exactly what like I would mimic them. But what really changed it one time, man, I lived in Hollywood, and I was walking on Yucca and Wilcox with my parents, and there's this spot on Wilcox and Yucca. It's called the Playboy Liquor Store, but there was a club right there. And so we just picked up some tacos from the Yucca market, and we're like going back home, and I already knew what's up. I think it was like the weekend, and I see a big old pound of 6 bus. I'm like, oh man, my parents are like, whatever. And then I see these two dudes come out the bus, man, and to me, everything turned into slow motion. Like, I was like, whoa, like, that's damn. And I was like, what's up? Like, everything just like time lapsed into slow motion, man. And like, I saw them walking out the bus, and you know when they put the videos and like they're coming out the tour bus, like slow motion, like that was them, man. And like, I got starstruck, man. I was young, and I was like, yo, that's them, the Baka Boyz, dude. And you'd see them on the billboard, you hear them on the radio, man. You see them producing for like Volume 10. in and doing stuff with like Alcoholics and like all the groups out here, you know, for that time. Yeah. And that made me the little beast I am. So thank you, Nick, being there.
That's awesome.
You know,
that's fucking great story.
Like,
DJ Lou, that's an awesome story. That's awesome.
When I saw you guys and like, I felt like, man, I was, and then I always told Doll, I was like, yo, man, I seen him like when I was this young. I seen him. To chill with you guys and actually have you guys that, you know, you guys been out the radio, it's a total honor for me, man. Sometimes like, you know, I'm lost for words, man, but y'all, when you guys see me spin, it's to shine through them. Like they shine through me, you know. So and I'm very honored.
You see the parallel between me and Eric listening and hearing K-Day and Tony G and Julio G and us trying to emulate them, and then turn around and inspire a whole new generation of people that trying to emulate us.
Right. Yeah, and that was me and like a couple of other cats, man. But definitely for sure, me and like anybody who knows me from way back then will know. Will be like, yo, that dude, he was the one, and like you guys influenced me. So hearing y'all on Power 106, man, do what you did, man, and still seeing you all out there do your thing, like the way you do. You guys never stop, never quit, and you always pushing the limits, and that's how I know it could be done. Thank y'all, man.
Absolutely.
You're very Thanks, DJ Lou.
Thanks, man. That's a great story, man.
Yeah, is that fucking awesome? You guys are slow-mo. You guys get the slow-mo treatment.
You got the slow-mo. That's
I love it, brother. I love it.
We had a funny thing.
But you guys, I mean, you guys, you know, you guys don't, I mean, I'm your friend. You know what I'm saying? I've been your. So I see.
Wait, I
you
thought
guys,
we were family, bro.
Okay. Shit.
You just changed it, man. I'm out of here.
I'm the F. Okay. I'm the F to you guys, and to hear a story like that, and then I have my own stories. I got millions of them. You know, I remember going to the house and just freezing because Eric V and Nick loved their apartment freezing cold.
Yeah.
And I would think like, they're computers, because computers need code.
Oh, they're computers?
Oh, man. They're sick with it.
Androids.
Androids.
One thing I can tell you is that I would never, ever, I mean, I got a lot of never evers forgets, but there's one thing I really would never forget was one day I'm at their apartment in the Oakwood, and I'm in there.
We call it the Jokewood, but
the Jokewood. I'm in there
Disney
sleep.
kids.
Exactly.
I'm sleeping, and then Nick tells me, "Hey man, I gotta produce this song real quick." I'm like, "Who?" He's all, "Volume 10's about to come here in about 25 minutes, and I gotta produce this song." And I'm not lying. This guy grabbed the SB 1200. I come in the room with him, and he pushes about 17 buttons quick and comes up with pistol grip pump like that. Like I saw it. I saw him do this real quick, put it together, laid it down, and then Volume 10 came. And did he do it in the closet?
No. He did the vocals at Power.
Did the vocals at Power?
He did the demo at Power.
But I remember Nick just putting it together, and I was just like, "Oh my God, this was like incredible." When people don't understand, these guys are producers.
Yeah.
Can you please just elaborate on who you have produced? What songs you have produced?
Wow, it has to start with Kid Frost, Meloman Ace, ALT, remix for the Far Side, remix for Cyber
Your Mama remix.
Your Mama remix for the Far Side.
Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo.
Well, can you tell us the song? You know, you got people watching. They want to know, because they might go back and go, let me see what these guys really produced.
Shoot.
For Yo-Yo, what was it? Do you remember?
Shit Don't Stink.
Okay.
And
Can You Handle It?
Can You Handle It? That's off our second album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else?
We did Back from the Dead for
House of Pain.
Mm-hmm.
They still actually open with that song.
They open with that record every time.
Okay.
Which is cool.
We
got to get Lito in here so we can talk about that.
We worked with the Hooligans before the Hooligans was Alchemist.
Right.
He was
Scott Conn.
Scott Conn. Shoot, Eric V, help me out here.
I mean, it was a lot of the 90s
Let me just
stuff.
say, you guys have a jacket full of people you've produced, and people wouldn't have no idea unless they understood and looked at the credit.
Well, yeah, they would definitely do that, but once Power 106 hit, that kind of just stopped.
It
sucked up.
We had no more time to do producing. It took away from our producing time.
Right. So okay, back to that. So when you guys start the morning show, how intense was that? I mean, after that, I mean, it pretty much was like that's. every morning.
Yeah, every morning.
So you guys are fucking super busy, and you had to kind of put that stuff to the side.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they
not
lived
to the side,
and
but
they
I
lived
mean,
in the Jokewood.
in the Jokewood.
They lived in the Jokewood, so they were close to the station.
So how did the morning show change your guys' lives?
It changed our lives and just, you know.
Sleeping. The sleeping patterns changed.
The sleep, but we would be out at a club late that night
And just
doing a
roll
club
in.
and wake up and still do the
Yeah.
show. But we
You
also
said
had,
wake up.
yeah, we would like sleep 3-4 hours and go do the show. But also at the same time, when we were doing the morning show, we didn't know what we were doing. We had no clue.
I mean,
We had no clue.
I mean, right. I mean, when you
Hey,
say,
join the club.
when you say that, it doesn't seem like you guys. I mean, you guys are confident motherfuckers. You guys, you know, handling your guys' business. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's like when you. I mean, even though I get what you're saying, like you didn't know what you're doing. We don't know what we're doing, but we stand here and we
Yeah.
look like we know what the fuck we're doing.
And
but so you guys
that's-
kind of you roll into it, right?
Yeah.
And you, right. You
We
handle
adapt.
It. You handle it. It's the
We
way
adapt.
It happens.
You have to adapt.
Because you guys sounded fucking pretty pro every morning. I'll tell you that.
Every morning they was rolling.
Yeah.
They did their roll call every morning. They shout out to the schools every morning. They did it's the bakers every morning at the top of the hour. It was the show, and then you brought in my supposed to be future wife,
Josefa Salinas.
Josefa Salinas,
Yeah.
and
So
new man's over there laughing.
So yeah, Power put us in the studio. We're like, okay, you got to have a producer, and then you got to have a female.
Stretch.
Stretch was our producer. Who he still does a podcast. He has I don't know how many podcast shows.
Yeah.
Like
Stretch was
1,000.
the best
He's
man
done
ever. He
1,000
was
shows.
hilarious.
So yeah, he carried on and went on to produce for different people, Heidi and Frank and all these people.
Danny Bonaducci.
Danny Bonaducci. He went on to produce for many people throughout the years after he left us. But yeah, they put us in the studio to help direct us and give us some kind of guidelines. Like this time we got to do this, and that's what Stretch. That was Stretch. He was like, okay, coming up, you guys got to do this. At 7:10, we got to do this.
Right.
And
Keep you guys on point.
yeah, but we were very good at executing whatever the radio station needed to do.
Absolutely.
When we got Powerhouse coming up, okay, coming up with this, we're gonna introduce a new artist who's gonna be performing at Powerhouse, and we'd have the countdown, the sound effects, and everything like that, and we'd make it like it was the biggest thing on the planet.
Did you guys ever feel like in that environment? Do you guys ever feel like, you know, when you're in that corporate, that world of like, you know, always like promoting the radio station and new artists? Did you guys kind of ever feel like, fuck, I wish we had more time for the music? Do you guys ever start to feel that?
No, there was a lot of music being
Not
played.
really, because we really played a lot of music.
Right.
And in general, whenever we're on any of our shows, it's always been music intense.
Right.
It hasn't always been like talk intense where we're gonna take a 20-minute break just to talk.
Right. Okay.
Like, yeah, so we've kept it like that, and it was fun though. I mean, it was fun. Back then, it was a family environment. It was like, you know, we would invite Rick to hip hop parties, and he'd show up. He was a 50-year-old guy in a Def Jam jacket, white guy that stands out of nowhere.
Right.
I mean, he's like this tall.
Right.
We coined him Buckshot Shorty. And
Yep.
we called him Buckshot Shorty from Black Moon, so that was our nickname for him. So we call him Buckshot. Every time we see him, we still call him Buckshot.
That was Doyle? No,
Rick Cummings.
Rick Cummings.
Rick. Whatever happened to Doyle?
Doyle left. He went into other businesses, and you know, I just talked to Doyle the other day, so I hit him up because we're working on a Baka Boyz documentary. So we're gonna have him tell his story, because when Rick told him he was gonna put us in the morning show, Doyle just like pretty much shit in his pants.
Really?
He's like,
What?
he basically said like, how the fuck am I gonna sell this?
How are we gonna sell that?
Like, how are we supposed to sell this? You know?
Okay, so then, yeah.
Because they didn't know. They didn't know.
Ratings.
But here's
what I'm saying.
but
You had the listeners. I mean, you kids were fucking just like piling. And to be honest with you guys, I mean, I was more of the rock and roll and like more of a punk rock listener. But every now and then, as my listening taste grew, you know, I'd slide over to Power 106.
Yeah.
And you guys were funny. You guys would
Thank
chop
you.
it up every morning. And every now and then, like I said, that's where I kind of started to kind of grow and get more into like my hip hop and
Right.
listen to like different bands and all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
I thought it was me, Todd. That
No,
helped.
honestly. Well, I mean, listen, you weren't on the radio. I mean, I wasn't slide down to listen to Kpook.
I was the walking radio station. What the?
I know.
Kpook. Don't you understand?
What I'm saying is that you guys' show was fucking hilarious.
Thanks,
You guys, it was entertaining. And what are you guys doing now? Do you guys do a radio show now?
We have a new show.
Oh, yeah?
We have a new show. It's on the Dash radio app. Every night we call a show called Live from Cybertron, and it's basically what Friday Night Flavors was back then, but now.
Okay.
So
it's like
it's different.
2.0, whatever.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
like,
upgrade.
you know, we're
2.0.
playing a lot of world music, you know, some moombahton, some trap, some deep house, some new disco, like everything that we can't play on our regular radio shows, we play on that show.
Why can't you play it on the regular?
Because radio.
Okay.
They're not. It's not being worked by a record label. It's not
Right.
being pushed.
That's what I was going to say with DJ Lou. Like you guys kind of like that heavy rotation shit. You guys brought that underground sound and said, let's put that heavy rotation stuff on a side real quick, and let's play some new stuff that the people haven't heard. And that's what you guys are still doing.
We're exposing people to new music, new artists,
new DJs,
and people that have new movements. You know, there's all new movement. There's a bunch of new movements going on with music always, constantly. So
besides promoting that Dash Radio, go ahead and tell everybody how they can hear you weekly on your weekly shows. How do they get a hold of you?
Well, the syndicated mix shows, that's on different radio stations across the country. In Bakersfield, you can hear us on Saturday night. In Ventura, you can hear us on Friday night, I think. Every city is different that we're in. We're on about 65 radio markets in America and about 5 outside of America. China, we're on in Africa. Yeah, we got 2 shows. We got a pop show, which is like all the very big pop, Justin Bieber stuff. And we got the hip hop show, which is all like the Future and the Drake and all that stuff. So that's the regular straight coat by the book radio shows. The Cybertron show is like, wow, take that shirt off, unloosen that shit,
loosen it up,
turn it up, spark it up, let's turn up.
Right. So what do you guys do the Straight Lay show? What do you guys produce? What do you guys do that show out of?
I mix
at home.
He mixes at home.
Okay.
Mix at home, and Nick mixes at the station.
So do you guys rarely go to a station, or you guys mainly every night? You're still at a station.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're at Dash every night.
Okay.
Just give the time on when that radio station is right now.
8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the channel Loud.
That's the Dash
Radio
app.
Radio app.
iOS.
'Cause a lot of people ask me, and I go, they're on Dash Radio, but they got to go Dash Radio app.
Yeah, go download the app in your iOS store or your Android store.
Yeah, they have
It's
it
available. It's for free. You can tune in and you can hear us.
And there's no commercials.
0 commercials.
Wow. And is it roll 24 hours with with you guys and other DJs?
Yeah, there's other people on there as well. But it's basically.
Damn, that fucking. I thought you moved it to a 24-hour fucking show.
When you go to the Dash app, there's a lot of different stations that are on there. But you gotta pick the Loud station at 8 o'clock, and that's the way you hear the Baka Boyz.
Got it.
And then they cuss like a sailor like us on here, and they talk about it. They have OJ.
Yeah. OJ.
You know, I was gonna ask you to bring OJ too, just because they can all see all 3 of you guys. You know, but OJ, she's one of a kind.
Well, I got a question. Do you guys obviously? I mean, I know what the answer is with this, but with terrestrial radio and the way it used to be running, and compared to how we can do radio now, and just kind of like you said, you know, Nick, like, you know, spark it up, be free, loosen up a little bit, and turn it up. Do you like this format way better than terrestrial?
Music-wise, yes. Support-wise, no, because you're kind of on your own. You can't. You don't have a team behind you. You know, when we were at Power, we had promotional items, we had billboards, we had this,
parties, powerhouses.
Yeah, we had lots
big
of stuff.
Big ass bus.
We had a lot of stuff. And
speaking of billboards,
slow motion.
You guys have the best billboard ever. 2 of you guys sitting on a toilet, 2 fat Mexicans sitting on a toilet.
Yeah.
And it was all over LA. And at a time, what people don't seem to understand is like, when Power 106, what year was that? 94 when you guys had the billboards?
93, 94.
93, 94, you had the billboards. And Power 106 at that time, they were really catering to the Hispanic community, but they didn't go down south. They kept it up. They kept it up a little higher. And then they started reaching down to Southgate and started coming down to Downey.
It's all about the hot zips.
This is hitting the hot zones of where everybody was, where the clientele was.
Yeah.
And
hot zips.
The hot zips.
I love that
one.
Right?
So within that, those Baka Boy billboards were everywhere.
Yeah.
They were you guys. Like I would see them and be like, I know those guys. I actually work with those guys right now. You know, sitting on the toilet, and then there was. Yeah. I mean, do you guys still have any of those? Do you have the old cards?
We have the little cards, the little billboard cards. Yeah.
It's been incredible if you guys would have had some of the billboards.
I was telling them, I don't know if this is correct, but the first time I met you guys, because when we used to, you know, one of our old friends used to do T-shirts for you guys. You guys know Fred and all that stuff. And remember that guy John? Was that guy named? Was it John?
John
that we used to, was a
fucking boy.
Yeah, John Boy. Yeah, fucking painting everyone's ass, right? So we used to drop those off. But the first time I met you and Big Boy, You guys, did you guys do remember off the 605 there's a club called Peppers?
Yeah, for sure.
Right, and you guys used to have the parties there.
Yeah.
And I remember dropping off because Fred'd be like, "Come on, you're going with me. I got to drop off T-shirts." And we'd be fucking boxes and boxes and loading, and then load them onto you guys' bus and all that. But I walked in to the first time, watching you guys, do your thing. And then I also saw Big Boy for the first time. I'm like, motherfucker, that guy's 500 fucking pounds. And now he's like 100 pounds, right?
Yeah.
You guys still talk to Big Boy?
Every once in a while.
Now, we haven't talked to him since he got his new gig.
Yeah.
Last time I talked to him, he was still at Power 106.
Yeah.
He hasn't called me.
No.
No.
Call us, Big Boy.
He's kind of got the.
He don't need us anymore.
Yeah.
So
he's good.
So let me ask you a question. I got a question I want to ask. I kind of have my own reference of how I think what happened. Okay, and I know it's been years now, and now you just told me that Power 106 is getting sold.
Yeah, they got sold yesterday.
They got sold. So
breaking news.
It's breaking news. Power 106 has been sold. So the question I want to ask, because a lot of people don't know, because I was there. There would be no Big Boy on the radio if it wasn't for the Baker Boys.
Nope. Zero.
Because as I do recall, whenever you guys had a choice, when you guys would take your breaks and take vacations or got your whatever you wanted to do, and then the circumstance that you had with Power 106, you guys had a choice of who you wanted to cover your spot.
Not really.
No.
Not really.
No.
But how did Big Boy was able to get? Because I know Big Boy was always there, and you guys, whenever you guys would leave, you guys, hey, Big Boy, come.
Big Boy wouldn't leave us alone. That's how.
I know. I remember.
He kept on bothering the shit out of me.
So let him tell us. So how does Big Boy slide into his slot?
He used to call us up on Friday Night Flavors every Friday night and tell us to play Pistol Grip Pump.
Yes.
Will you please play Pistol Grip Pump again? Because he had a sound system in his car, and they would love the way it sounded in the car. So he would keep on bothering us, and then eventually I probably invited him up.
That's how I
to the radio show, and him and Fuzzy, and we already knew Fuzzy because Fuzzy was like a record promoter. He used to promote records for Wild Pitch Records and other various record labels. So they were best friends. Fuzzy and Big were always best friends, and I didn't even know Big Boy was the bodyguard for the Far Side at that time.
And that's when I came. That's the first time you ever met me, person to person, was when I came to the station with Big Boy and Fuzzy, because the Far Side were my friends.
Oh, okay.
And then me and my boy Freddie, we came to talk about our T-shirts.
Yep.
And I came with the Far Side because they were my boys, and that's how I first met Big Boy, and I met Fuzzy, and we all just came in a caravan and just came to the station.
Yeah.
Okay, so Big Boy's he's not a professional DJ or a disc jockey or anything like that. He's a bodyguard at the time.
Okay.
He was
a bodyguard.
Yeah.
Okay, so go on. How does he slide into his Power 106 slot?
Like I said, he just kept on bothering us. And eventually invited him up to the radio show. I used to put him on the air when you call. So, because I'm always looking for phone calls, I'm looking for content,
content
to put on the air.
You.
So that was his first taste of getting on the air. So once you taste that, it's like, oh shit, these guys are cool. Okay. You know what I mean? I might be able to go up there, slide up there. He did. I met him. He was big as fuck. He was always funny.
Yeah.
He had a
remember he had his radio.
personality.
He had a phone line that you used to call to find out what was going on.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that, but yeah. And then he used to sell me phones. He used to sell me brick phones. Sell me
like the original cell phones.
Give me $100, you can call the world for $100.
Oh, no
yeah,
shit.
that was a scheme. He had credit cards.
Yeah.
He had the brick phones, and I didn't want to pay. It was expensive for cellular phones
Sure.
back then. I was like, okay, I'll slide you $250, and you give me a phone. It lasts for how long it lasts, and I have to call you back. So I can get another one.
Then you sell it to some guy, like a sailor as an anchor, right?
It would just go out. It would just go out. So he would, re-up the phones and what have you. So we had that relationship going on. And then eventually I think him and Fuzzy stepped to me about doing a segment on my show called This Be It or Frisbee It. And I invited him up to do that. And then he would bring a record and we would take votes on the air for it.
Right.
And then Rick Cummings was, he was listening to everything we did on the air. He's like, who's that guy you have in there? Oh, that's Big Boy, blah, blah. I want to meet him.
Okay, so he starts to talk with him, and then one thing leads to another, and he kind of gets his foot in the door because of you guys.
Absolutely.
And
he owes everything to me.
Oh, everything.
You don't get into you don't get past the door unless somebody lets you into the door.
Sure, and you guys opened.
But the hardest thing to do in any business is to get your foot in the door. What you do after that is up to you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what happened.
Nice.
I take all credit.
Well, there you have it. That if you didn't know,
now you
know.
motherfucking know.
Right? That's cool.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Ask him. He won't deny it.
Right? No. Yeah. I hope he wouldn't. You know, like I said, that's like you said, Nick. That's how you got to hand off every now and then. You got to. Whether you take it or you don't, or you miss your opportunity, but don't ever deny that someone helped you out, and gave you your shot.
No, here's how I feel. Everything happens for a reason, and if I was placed in that position, and not so much Eric V's always very closed. He don't like to let a lot of people into our circle at all.
Sure.
Right.
And I understand why. After all the things that we've been through, in our career.
Absolutely.
He likes mashed potatoes with no butter.
And he likes pizza, but he hates cheese, but he loves pizza.
All right. Good to know.
Regardless, it's like if I've been placed in a position of power to where I'm being used as a conduit for somebody else and somebody else's family.
You see what he said? Electronic again.
Yeah. Electrician.
God, you should have been an electrician, man.
If I'm being used as a conduit for somebody else to change their lives or to change thousands of other people's lives based upon what they do, what I'm able to provide, then so be it. Because that's their success is my success. Even though I'm not collecting checks the way DJ Vice did, because we helped show him the way so-and-so did.
I was just talking about DJ Vice.
So it doesn't matter if I'm collecting checks. Their success is my success because I was there to help put them and slide them into position.
You definitely count that.
So that's it. And I continue to do that. I don't, this is what I'm here for.
Nice.
I really appreciate that, Nick. You just laid it out the way it's supposed to be. I'm glad you said that. I've always had my opinion about the whole situation. I love Big Boy. I love you guys, but I know that his success wouldn't be without the Baker Boys.
It's just an opportunity. He took the opportunity and ran with it.
Yeah, he was, but he was supposed to do what he was supposed to do at that time because you guys were having a difference between Power 106, and Power 106 saw that guy and said, "Hey, we can pay you this."
It's corporate.
Come on in and
it's corporate.
It's corporate.
It's bottom line.
And if you have someone who doesn't really understand corporate, just come in and they just throw a number at you, and you've never seen that.
You're the
number.
next one in line to get used.
Right.
Exactly.
That's it. You got, and obviously you guys you've been aware of that, and you guys have been looking out for that your guys' whole career. Right,
Yeah,
that shit
we learned
happens.
the hard way. We learned the hard way.
Right. I mean, you obviously, you guys are kind of like the predecessors of that, of getting Power 106 into that genre, and helping them kind of, forge through that forest. For
sure.
You guys are the first ones, and they took what you guys taught them actually,
absolutely,
and now spun it to their advantage.
Yeah, they've been using it and squeezing it, and now that turnip is
you guys
dried up.
You even helped Tito.
Well, we brought Tito in.
I remember waking up in the morning, going to the show, and seeing Tito cleaning, him and his family cleaning the
taking out
Power
trash.
106 and everything. And we used to laugh at him and bring him in, and because it was a joke. And then didn't he get hired by one of the Mexican stations?
No.
He never did.
No.
Power 106 is the only thing he did.
Well, I mean, I think he did something at K-Day for a brief moment.
And that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
I mean, he just got a little bit of extra money. I never forget when he did get some money. He had that big belt. Remember when he bought that big belt?
No, we were gone by the time he got there.
He bought this big old belt because he had some money now. He's like, got the. But the fact that you guys opened your arms and opened your say, hey, you know what we got, you got, and I really appreciate that, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me, and situations that I could have took advantage of. But what's funny is I appreciate your friendship and your familyness more than you advancing me. Dollars don't mean nothing to me. I'd rather have your familyness than anything else. And that's just a personal for me because I don't, I'm going to do what I got to do.
Thank you. But if you have a check for me, let me know.
Hey, now listen. Now here's checks. Here's the checks. Now if the Loud Labs Kpook, Loud Labs feature Kpook the Mayor works.
I got a PayPal.
And you gonna get yours, because I'll be like, yo man, back in the day I used to sing this song. It's the Baker Boys in the morning.
Yeah.
And I tell them, hey, you know what? I got to give them some money for letting me sing in the morning back in the day. But I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you, brother.
So much. My mother loves you guys so much. You guys are her other sons.
Yeah.
And all my friends. And one thing what was funny, this is a story that I remember Nick told me this long time ago. Nick used to come, believe it or not, Nick used to come to Downey, California and come hang out with me. And one time Nick told me, he says, I said, Nick, you know, we're going to go to this club. We're going to go to this house party and hang out. And Nick was like, oh, this is all perfect because you're the superstar, not me, because this is your city. And I'm bringing him to the city, but he'll just sit back.
Which party was that?
Which one?
I mean, which one?
Which one?
Nick been to the 562. Matter of fact, I got the 562 motivation on it right now representing. But Nick used to come to the 562 a lot. For you guys out there in the 562 who didn't know, he was there hanging out. Eric V was back at home doing his thing, you know, in the iceberg, in the igloo, doing his thing.
Chilling.
But Nick and I have had a couple of rodeos, and we've had some fun. But I can honestly say between Nick and Eric, if I was to say that I ever had any brothers in my life, these are my brothers from another mother.
These two
right
Mexicans?
Here. These two Mexicans. I can't call them fat Mexicans because they're not fat Mexicans anymore. These two Mexicans.
Are you guys working with any artists right now? Anything current right now?
Not really. I mean, Nick might be. He produces more than me. I really don't. I have a love-hate relationship with music. It's mostly hate.
Right? Why?
But, because I can't force myself to be creative if I don't feel creative.
No, I totally understand that.
I can't.
Right? I mean,
like,
there's no forcing the creativity. If
you
it's
can't
not
force
there,
it.
it's not there. And when it comes, it comes.
It comes. Yeah.
You know,
it happens,
it's 3
it
o'clock in
happens.
the morning. You know,
Yep.
I'm saying I feel you on that one, Eric.
So-
That's how.
Yeah,
that's
Todd's
how,
an artist. He did this art that's up on the walls.
All this art that's here is done by
the creative, the brick. You know, I you know, that's like I said. You know, I'm in a little bit of a fucking love-hate relationship with the art right now because right now I just haven't had any like motivation to, you know, we've been doing this and this is kind of fun.
Yeah,
so,
it's fun.
And I've kind of, you know, I just kind of sidestepped it for a minute, but there's no sense in the, you know, there's like you said, there's no. I'd rather fucking hate it than force it.
You can't force it. It'll never come out right.
You know, it's forced.
Right. It doesn't good comes out of that.
Nothing.
No, I mean nothing. Nothing. You can force something to come out, but like you said, you know,
you won't save it.
Yeah,
You
it's
won't
nothing
love
you
it.
want to look at and cherish and look at and you know
and share.
And share. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll work with artists whenever I can, but same thing with the music. I'm more of a producer. I'll go in and I'll start getting down, and then once I hit something, once I hit a stride, I'm going in. I'm gonna rock 3 songs tonight. I'm gonna be able to do that, but I have to be in a certain space to be able to do that. So
and the moment's got to get you there.
Yeah,
you know, right?
absolutely.
And the moment's got to
Whatever
get
that
you
is,
there.
it might be anger. I was angry the other day. I was sad. I was upset, and I was like, this is a moment where I might be able to pull something out.
Yep.
But I was just so upset I couldn't even focus on what I needed to do. But when I get into a stride, I'm gonna knock something out. And it's gonna be dope. And
I love it.
Like the other day, we had an artist in, and I was like, wow, she's pretty dope. I have a song that you might be able to get on. So I sent her that. So hopefully she'll jump on it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man.
For real.
And so what do we got next here, Pook?
Well, what I want to add, we're going to get ready closing because we got something special for them. I got a little surprise for them.
Okay.
But what I want to ask is, Nick and Eric, where do you see you guys in the next 5 years?
I'll let you go.
That's a hard answer. That's a hard question to answer.
Okay, this is
maybe not where you see yourself. Where do you want to be? Maybe it's a two-part. Where do you see yourself and where do you want to be?
Because they asked me 5. Where do you see yourself in 2020? That's 3 years away. That's 2.5 years away from now. Where do you see yourself, guy? Where do you see yourself in 2020?
It really depends if Trump is still president or not. Because
well, right now he's
we might be blown up.
He's really fucking up right now.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of a fucking rock and a hard spot right now.
I mean,
firing people.
The guy just fired the FBI guy that was doing
Come
an
on,
investigation in the Russian.
See, now he's just making himself look worse. But
so anyway, we don't know where we're going to be in 2020, but my goals are different than Nick's goals. We have different goals. Like for me, I would love to be back on radio, and I think we deserve to be back on radio.
Okay.
And there's still nobody out there
that's
that
doing
can
what
do
you
it.
did.
No, not doing what we did. Can do how we do.
Okay.
Nobody sounds like us.
All right.
After we left, they tried multiple times to copy duos from whoever went after us.
Especially at Power.
I ain't gonna name no names. Everybody knows who they are.
Right.
But they've tried
Eric,
to.
You want to get back on like morning show or Friday
doesn't
night
matter.
flavors?
It don't matter, man.
He just wants to get back on the air.
I would love to be back on the air in LA somewhere personally because I know we can still do this, and I know we can. I know we're relevant.
Would you want to? Do you want to do that?
And where are you at, Nick? Where are you at?
For me, creating experiences that last a lifetime. I'm into publishing, music writing,
Karma Sutra.
That's a given with that guy.
Enlightenment, you know what I mean? Just a teacher, a leader, a student, you know what I mean? And continuing to grow the next generation. Because I really, truly feel that we have something to share with people that want to learn. And our expertise and what we've acquired throughout these years, there's students out there that want to learn. There's a student, you know what I mean? Like, let's share this knowledge with them so they can carry our legacy on. I would like to see new Baka Boyz. I would like to see new Baka girls. I would like to see a new unit taught by us of how to get down like we get down for the next 20 years.
You guys run your own radio station.
Okay, well,
how about that?
I mean, that's the bigger.
That's right. How
the
about
other
that?
part
You
of-
run the whole. You guys run the whole operation.
That's the other part of,
you know, morning to night.
Yeah.
The whole.
I couldn't deal with the politics of that personally, because
Well, you get someone to do that.
like
Eric,
you know, it's like there's so much bad stuff, especially on in LA radio right now.
Yep.
And I couldn't deal.
But that's
with
what I'm saying.
that.
If you got somebody to run the day-to-day shit, and you guys just concentrate on the talent, I mean,
Yeah.
fuck. That's and that's what you're saying right there, Nick. Like you guys could really be a stronghold in this city again, and really be just pushing out and tapping and grabbing a hold of people that otherwise couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
That's
So
what that's what you guys should be doing.
So Nick, how about if you know the Beat Junkies just made a school for DJs,
Yeah.
which is incredible. I'm
Yes.
glad that they've done what
really,
they've done.
really.
We're gonna get the Beat Junkies in here sooner or later, and I'm down to help you guys with this situation. Why don't we make
We need some real teachers, though.
make a school?
Some real teachers. Well, just heads up. This man
Wait,
taught me
hold
a
on,
lot.
wait.
This
Can
man
I
taught
get the
me a
camera
lot.
right here? Fuck. So
No, you're right.
Can we get a?
Yeah,
what
Baka
about
Boyz
just
University.
doing a school
BU.
just to teach the kids that want to
The
get
art.
on radio,
Yep.
the art of being on radio,
Being dope.
the art of being this dope.
Being
like you
dope.
said, what would be more doper than female Baka Boys?
Yeah.
The Baka girls.
Baka babes.
I mean, just girls, the Baka babies.
Yeah.
But why can't we get some girls? Because what I'm doing right now myself, I have an event that I do every last month of Sundays, and it's at this place called Blipsy's Bar. And I don't get a lot of people that show up, but what I look for is only female DJs to host, to start the show, to have a time. And the funniest thing about the female DJs, what I've learned from the time I've been doing this is, I say, look, I see all the people that they have on their Instagram and stuff, but they're so scared that they don't want to invite them to come watch them spin.
Why?
Because they're just kind of scared that they're. So I have a platform for all female DJs to do their thing, because ain't no one else doing what I'm doing, you know. Ain't no one saying, hey, I want all female DJs. I'm gonna give you 2 hours. Do what you want to do. Spin whatever you want to spin. This is your place. Do it.
Yeah.
There's nobody else doing that, and I'm trying to do that for them. But it's funny because they don't want to tell anybody.
It sounds like you're just trying to get some digits.
No, I don't want any digits. No, really, I don't want any digits. What I want is
Fuck you.
I
Oh,
want
no
to
digits.
show that there are female DJs
Well,
out
yeah,
there
of course,
that can do
I'm
the same
saying.
thing that
You can almost
males are
get
doing.
digits.
And look better at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And look better.
Because the males are going to come
Yeah.
if the females are DJing,
So,
and they're going to bring their friends.
Imagine somebody that is as qualified or as skilled as my brother Eric, but is hot and sexy. Come on, that's beautiful.
Let's do this.
But listen,
let's get to
I've
this.
seen. Okay, now we're gonna touch this one more thing before I have a little surprise for you. Female DJs that are at these events, that are doing all these big events, that are doing these digital DJing,
Yeah.
and they're dancing and showing their body
Yeah, yeah.
and waving out their titties and doing everything.
That's
and
not
they're-
DJing.
And they're just pushing a button.
That's not DJing.
What
That's
do you
showing off. That's modeling. That's called
What do you
modeling with
feel?
headphones on. That's not DJing.
Car models with pushing buttons.
Nah,
That's not DJing.
that's not skill. That's not skill. That's showing you're sexy.
well, so
I had a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't. You guys don't have to answer it if you don't want to, and it's probably not the right thing to say. But what do you think of all these white kids that learn how to press buttons and make a lot of money at it?
Congratulations.
I mean,
I wish I would have known.
Right?
I wish
Nobody
I
hate-
knew the same
no
shit.
need to be hating.
That's a great answer, man. But I mean, there's been a swarm
oh yeah.
of button pushers that got really good at it.
Yep.
really good at it.
Yep.
Not only are they good at pushing buttons, but they're also good at business, and they're also good at promotion. They're also spade tight on the digital game, and that's what it takes. It's really you're faking it, but if you have the new generation is especially
Right.
the millennials are on point with all of the digital
Social media,
platforms.
digital
So you really
platforms.
don't really have to know how to DJ. You have to know how to promote
And
that's-
socialize.
That's
And-
what's
yeah,
happened. Once Serato became available, everybody's a DJ. Who's not a
Everybody's
DJ
a
in this
DJ.
room? Really? One. One. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, there's two.
What do you feel about DJ Livia?
The kids are dope.
See, and I was just telling Scott today, I said, you know what? I'm from the old school. My uncle used to take me to Licorice Pizza, used to take me to Big Ben's, used to take me to Warehouse, used to take me to Tower Records, used to take me to Music Plus. You know, I went to all those record stores, and he taught me how to go to a record box and go, you'll feel it. It's gonna call your name. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're going through thousands of records. I remember I used to go to Licorice Pizza, and Licorice Pizza used to have their crates of records were in wood.
Yeah.
So you would come with some When you had splinters, you know you were digging. So I'm over here digging for records, and my uncle would always say, "You're gonna feel it because your fingers are gonna stop right where it is, and you're gonna pull
That
it."
was up on by the railroad tracks there off of Lakewood.
Exactly.
Right.
But nowadays, none of these kids have that. And for a person like DJ Livia and the other two girls that just bounce around and dance with their hats on and change time, I give them a pass on DJing because the millennium is all about pushing buttons and doing what they have to do.
It's a different time.
But some of the guys, I mean, I respect like you, J-Rock, DJ Ice, Icy Ice, Mr. Chalk, the whole Beat Junkie crew, the whole Qbert, all of them, because it's like you guys are saying, look, we carried records and we got back pains for thousands of years, and now we got something easy. We can make this easier for us. But if you ask us to grab a piece of vinyl, we're gonna do the same thing.
We'll get down on the wax.
We're gonna get down on the wax.
Yeah.
But for some of this Generation Y, that's just like, oh, I'm gonna just push these buttons and make stuff happen. I give them no respect whatsoever. And when I come to this is like a girl like DJ Olivia and the other two twins, with them, what they're doing, I'm so happy because they're keeping hip hop alive.
Yeah.
In a sense, but they don't really know. Like when she's doing a dedication to Snoop Dogg or a dedication to Dr. Dre or DJ Quick, she really doesn't know. She just knows how to cut it up.
She got great parents.
And great parents.
There it is.
That taught her and her. But her family is great because everyone in the family is DJing.
Yeah.
So it's good. But I also feel that it's good for them. Because they're not going to ever pick up a piece of vinyl. And maybe at the home they're listening to it, but when they're DJing, they're not going to really know what it's going to take to really be, or really go. They miss the whole, I'm going to go to a record store and I'm going to dig
It's not
for
their
that
fault.
record.
Yeah,
and it's not their fault. They're supposed to go forward.
But you gotta allow the space, the gap. You got for the. I mean, it's not their fault. Like Nick just said, it's like things are gonna come.
Things are different.
The future's moving ahead of us faster than we can grasp and get a hold of it. I mean, so the way that they're doing it now is just a product of the time. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's your environment. Whatever your environment you grew up in. If we didn't grow up in the time we grew up in, we may not have done that as well. You know, if we didn't come here to LA at that time, Power 106 may not have played hip hop.
Right.
And there may
It might be.
Can you imagine that?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're right. You can't imagine Power 106 not playing hip hop and being the hip hop station it is
But you got to
today.
realize at one point in time, K-Day was the original 1580 K-Day was your, I'm going to bring New York over to LA. It was your station that played hip hop.
Yeah.
Because when Power first came out, it was not playing any of that.
No, it wasn't.
And this new K-Day, when I listen to the new K-Day, I'm like, when they say I'm going way back, and I'm like,
They're not
they're
going
only
way
going back to 2002.
Well, okay, wait. I got another question. So what was Power 106 playing before you guys showed up? I mean, because what was the rotation
Was that
there?
pop music?
We were doing, it was more pop.
They're playing Tenier.
No. They weren't even playing that. No. They were playing Paula Abdul, UB40.
So it was a pop station.
Yeah.
The
Madonna.
top 40 shit.
Yeah, top 40 stuff.
Right, okay.
Yeah, top 40. It was basically
Jay Thomas.
what Kiss
and
was.
Jay Thomas, right.
It was kind of like what Kiss was.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Jay
Back in
Thomas
the
and
day.
Rick Dees were going back and forth
Yeah.
with each other, and
Right.
who was the biggest station
Yeah.
in LA at the time?
Right. So it was just all pop. I mean, so Power 106, because we graduated in '91. So Power 106, even from like 80s, like late 80s, was it still? That was all Rick Dees and Jay Thomas, like just pop music, power top 40 shit.
Totally.
Okay.
One step forward, two steps back.
Yeah. So.
All right, so Baka Boyz, we're gonna come very close to an end here, but before we do end, I do want you guys to let all the audiences know where they can hear you, where they can listen all the time,
All right.
and when does it come on your syndicated show, and where you are on every day.
Well, the syndicated show is going to be tough because it's different cities, different times.
Well, you got this is cyberspace right now.
No, I get it, but I don't know all the radio stations and every time for every radio station.
But
I would say the safest thing to do is go to the Baka Boyz Instagram. Everything is up there. We post everything up there. We have the Facebook fan page, Twitter, of course, at the Baka Boyz, TheBakaBoyz, across all the platforms there. And our daily show, we post every day of who's going to be on the show, when they're going to be there, pictures of while they're there. You know, we take video footage of everything that happens within the studio while we have our guests. Post it up there. So that's it right now. The YouTube channel's in the works. We're going to start producing content on there outside of what we do on the air, because I think that's necessary. Like, you can hear us on the air live, but it's different actually with the visual. Like right here is great. This is something new that we don't have this. We don't have a sit down where we have multiple cameras going on at all times. It's like audio, and you're lucky to get us on Instagram Live on some visual.
Sure.
And you know how one-dimensional that is.
Yeah.
So Instagram Live and at Facebook, the Baka Boyz.
And Dash
Radio app every night, 8 to 11 West Coast time.
I'm hooking that one up on my phone now.
And 6 a.m. it's a replay. So on Monday night, on Tuesday morning, Monday night show will play at 6 a.m. on the same channel, Dash.
Cool.
Loud channel. 6 a.m.
Okay.
All right.
Well, right now, you know, we have MCs. You know, when MCs come to a radio station, you guys have all done this. You ask them to do a freestyle.
Yeah.
But when MCs, they do that nowadays. They bring out their phone and they're reading their phone. They're like, hit the hop, hip, hip, hop, and they're doing everything what they have to do. But what I want to do is something a little different.
Okay.
Okay. So what I have is called Cooking in the Kitchen.
Okay.
Let's see what's cooking in the kitchen. So I have my man, Chef AJ. AJ, can you come on over here real quick, please, sir?
Oh, okay.
This is my man, Chef AJ, right
What up, Chef?
here.
Nice to meet you.
AJ is a chef, and every time he comes in, when the DJs are here, he's gonna make a meal for everybody to eat, and figure it out. So he did his cooking and did his ingredients
already.
Right now.
I was wondering what was smelling so good.
And that's my gift to you. A little bit of food in the stomach.
All right.
But as doing that, my surprise to you is I have something in the kitchen, and my ingredients are vinyl records.
Oh.
And I'm looking for all type of DJs to make sure that they can spin their vinyl.
Oh.
So would you like to come and mix some ingredients on my kitchen right here?
Look, because it's your part of your show, I will do it, but I ain't gotta tell nobody that I know how to mix, man.
I want to watch. I want to watch you mix. Can we do this?
I'll watch Nick V.
Eric V is not gonna do it this time. You know, Eric
V.
Why don't you get one turntable? I'll get the other one. Come on, let's go back.
Come
to
on,
that.
guys, please.
Here's a slew of records right here, slew of ingredients and spices.
I don't like touching records anymore. I don't like it.
Here's some spices right here.
They hurt my back just looking at it.
And we're gonna take these spices and take some time, look through them. You know, there's a lot of stuff here. Oh, we got some aqua boogie. You know that aqua boogie.
How about the food?
Days.
How do we get that food down here?
And this,
Man, I just ate.
Chef AJ, what we got today?
All right, so look, why don't we? I mean, why don't we bring it out the darkness? Here, why don't we grab this, bring out the darkness? Here, I'll grab it.
No, I'll grab it. I'll bring it to you. You tell me what you got.
Sit down, AJ.
All right, you want me to sit down?
Yeah.
So being this the premiere show, I wanted to make it something easy. I've actually never seen the studio before or had anything, what was going on. So me, myself, I just made it at home and brought it fresh for you guys. So I only cooked it like an hour and a half ago.
Nice. Sweet.
All right, so right here what we have is a basic barbecue wing. Just a basic.
Talk right into that microphone right there.
Oh, okay. I can talk right into here. Yep. But what I have here is, so I cook in fine dining. I've been a chef here in the city for over 7 years. So, well, coming on 7 years. So what this is right here is this is a maple black truffle Parmesan wing.
Oh, damn.
I made this for you guys.
All
got
right.
another little steak over there. Yeah, I brought some plates. I was like, all right, I don't know what's here. You know what I'm saying? Kpook was like, hey, fall through. The Baka Boyz are going to be there. It's going to be some food. Let's see what's going on. And I was like, well, I think I probably need to bring some things. Thank God, because there's a camera on the microwave and the oven, which I didn't want to use in the first place. But I was like, maybe I'll heat it up in the ovens. I had a container.
Yeah.
Turntables. So
Yeah.
Glad I did it the way that I did it. But here, man, some maple Parmesan wing, brother. Oh, actually, I've got napkins over there for everybody, and they're going to need them.
I will go with the barbecue.
Nick, Eric likes to keep it plain and simple.
Very simple.
Barbecue or plain.
Pick the barbecue, man.
All right. There you go, brother. Sir, did you have one of these? No. No, you need to have one of these. Oh, so now you
can turn it up, Nick. Because we need some music right here. Turn that thing up.
Come on now. This is for everybody.
Yeah, this is real good, man. Real good.
I used to come see y'all at the club.
Oh, for real? What club?
I used to be with Kpook.
Oh.
I used to be with Kpook, with Fred.
Yep. Hey, it's the needle. Don't worry about that. Have some fun, Nick. This is Cooking in the Kitchen edition. The man Nick V on the ones and twos. Somebody coming to cook their recipe in the kitchen.
Oh, you know I'm running.
Producer, Todd One. Man, this is it. This is how we're gonna make the Loud Lab show come with Kpook the Mayor. This is it. This is the new edition. This is that time, that era, and here we go.
Mar Vista?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grandview in Venice.
What?
Grandview in Venice.
Grandview in Venice.
Right where they have the open market every Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
Right in front of it.
Okay.
See these guys still doing it in the mix, man, and gets me more inspired, man. And those are my records. My man knows what to do already. He already knows. He was here when all this shit came out.
Spices. He has no idea what's in there. It's not his set of records.
He's never cooked in this kitchen before.
He is in this kitchen grabbing spices and making it happen.
Y'all tripping, this is his kitchen. Right now, this is his kitchen. He's making it happen.
So AJ, as you making,
my bad.
As you making your spices, you know, and your dishes,
right?
How is his dishes going? How is his spices going? You're the judge of his meal. How is this meal tasting so far?
So, listen, comparatively, from everything that I've heard before and everything that I've seen before, I gotta say my dude still got some spice in his nice. He's making it happen.
A spice that is nice.
He's making it happen. Look at him. For real, it ain't never left. Look at it.
It's never left. It's like an old granny's menu that she's kept passing on from generation to generation.
It's like Granny's still cooking.
Granny is still cooking. You like the spirits?
Put your foot in it, man. Put your foot in it.
Yeah, man. Dream the sunset with your and Miami's where you want to take the company long. The boss must minimize the staggering cost. You get a day off, a layoff, and a letter to stay off, and now you don't work no more. That position at the brand you really didn't need. Head of the house, 5 kids to be. You tried everything, it's just not fair. Having everybody man apply for welfare. A city cries out, it's mass hysteria. 1 wounded, 4 dead in the California area. Innocent victims on a home swing. Relatives and neighbors experience the pain. I go back to years, you gotta take a stand. Or a paralyzed marriage, and I get in the lane. The kids who was all behind bars for the rest of his life. The whole area, the song. This little look out, give him a young daughter. Buried in his mind, loved ones had to fight. Is there any way to compensate a person's life so great a fate? This can't go on, too many things going wrong. Who said it for myself? This is what it's saying. Hell, bad times, these are for real. Bad times is what you and I feel.
On the ones and twos. Come on, you can't get like this nowhere else. Only time you can hear stuff like this is if you go to Dash Radio. But if not, you gotta come over here to Loud Labs featuring Kpook the Mayor to get DJ like this. Give me some juice. Give me some juice. This is how we do it right here. This is Loud Labs featuring the mayor, Kpook, on the ones and twos, making the meal, making the spices go ones and right. This is my man Nick V. We coming close to an end of the show right now. We had DJ Lou Man in the spot. We got the chef AJ, Scott the producer. My man Todd One is definitely in the house. Doll One is here. Eric V. There's nothing more that we can say. There's nothing more that we can do. But you must tune in weekly to the Loud Labs show with your boy Kpook the Mayor. Let's make this happen. It's a good year. We're out of here.